Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Let's Play series. So, we have been neglecting the bushes for quite some time, actually for good reason, because I'm not entirely sold on all of these, in particular, particularly that one over there. But any suggestions on how to make these trees better would be greatly appreciated, because we are definitely going to be using these for the future, well, to wrap up the base and to, well, give a little bit more livelihood to this thing. But, yeah, today it's not going to be... Oh, hello there, buddy. And you got nothing of value. Cool. So, today we are going to be dealing with, well, more bushes. But this time we are not going to be building them, we're going to be getting them. And for that we need to travel a little bit on our nether highway. And we need to make it to the flower forest biome, because we are going to be, well, still be dealing with bushes, but this time we are not going to be controlling how they look. We are going to just be here to get all of the color. So this part of the world is going to be our color factory. And I started outlining more or less where I want the farms to be able to get all of the colors. But instead of the usual shaker, we are going to be doing something pretty similar to our nether fungus farm, getting sweepers just to be able to get a collection system that doesn't mean myself standing in the middle of the platform while the whole thing shakes. So we're going to start working on that. Then, yeah, welcome to the first time lapse of the episode. So let's jump into it. Well, I completely forgot about that. And that is actually going to be a big problem, because I don't know exactly where they're going to be. They shouldn't spawn underground, don't they? But I think that's one. Right, they're down here. Caves, that is going to be a problem. I don't know exactly what it is. Right, another wave. Right, that's a Ravager. I think we're pretty safe over here. So one left. Switch. New part of the raid. Saw you. Oh, there. see me? Don't. Oh. Hey, look, people. It's like a ton of people. Oh, that's not good. That's definitely not good. Well, who would have thought? No. Oh. Oh, right. Oh. Well, that was unintended, but we ended up getting 4 totems of undying. I think that there should be one more. But well, don't know exactly why. Well, yeah, what are we going to use this for? But first raid complete. That took some time. It was 22 minutes-ish. Now, I actually forgot why I was here. Oh yeah, And with that, we do have the system completely ready. So let's talk a little bit about how the whole thing works. Well, we do have our sorting system that I actually went one too many, and I have, unlimited supply of wheat seeds if I ever need them. And we also have a separate system for the last part of the farm. So as we said before we started, this whole thing works more or less the same as our nether mushroom farm. So we do have our collection system, and it all goes through those water streams back into our system over there. And if we drop down this hole, we see the big mess that is the actual system underneath. We do see the channels. No, this one goes from the other farms, but we do see every single one of these systems that are the ones that are distributing the bone meal through a hopper minecart that just goes looping around forever and delivering all of the bone meal that we are going to need for our farm to run. On the other hand, we do have these two lines that act as the on and off switch and the kickstart button that activate actually all of the farms at the same time. So if we go back up, we can see how many did we actually manage to we actually managed to get 9 different flowers. We got our daisies, cornflowers, azulue, alliums, and the 4 different types of tulips. And on the other hand, we do have cocoa beans and cactus, because from all of these we are able to get some of the dyes, but the brown and green dye we can only get from this. So to get that, we have that wall at the very end and that farm for the cactus that we see over here. So this is the regular cactus farm. We might add some layers, but in the first place I think this will do, because most of the times the cactus just drops on top of the cactus below. And here we have a semi-automatic cocoa bean farm that is basically just one big slice of jungle wood that when we press this button, it moves all of them at once, and we are able to collect all of the cocoa beans. The plan is for all of them to fall into this water stream that leads to the main system, but yep, that's pretty much how it works. We will make it so all of it tries to land over here and we still can refill it, but let's be honest, this looks like a ton of redstone, but it looks really awful. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is actually putting some decorations onto these. So basically just covering all of that, and even this track over here that it usually has a minecart going around delivering delivering bone meal. So we're going to start decorating all of this so it doesn't look just terrible. So let's jump into yet another time lapse. Alright, and with all of that, well, this looks much better than it did before, and we have completed all of the decorations. I'm very happy with this interior over here, and actually with this trapdoor that lets us just drop stuff in the system if we want to, and, well, the rest of the place, because I think that we struck the sweet spot between industrial and rustic, because I needed to find this, the glazed terracotta that fit the aesthetic, but I am very, very happy with how all of this works and how it works aesthetically and how it works functionally, because in the end we are going to be able to get all of the dyes, and we're actually going to do something with the dyes, because we're able to get all of them, well, except for the yellow one that we're going to rely on the good old trusty sunflowers, but everything else is getting distributed, everything else is getting collected, so we are going to put it to use, and we are actually going to get ourselves our very own banner. So we're going to start with this red, with this red banner, and we're going to need some yellow, some red, and some yellow and some red and some white. So for the red, we do have our red tulips. Let's get 3 of these. For the yellow, we do have our sunflowers. We need a couple of those. Well, it turns out we needed just one. And finally for our white dye. And we're going to put our yellow, well, our red, then red. Field. I think it's this one. Then we're going to give it a little bit of red on the outside. Oh, then a little bit of white. Yep. Oh yeah, this one. Then we're going to get a little bit more in here. Then some yellow. And finally some more red. And to finish it up, boom. Now we do have our very own banner over there, and we're actually going to spread this all over the place because I'm very happy. Well, I'm actually quite happy with how it looks. Well, I think it looked better as a banner than on the shield, but that is going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a subscribe if you actually want more of this, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya!